Hey everyone, it's your girl TeraMichelle. Welcome back to my channel, Opinionated Sense, our safe space to discuss all things fragrance, whether we like them or not. Today we are going to be discussing the best new releases of 2021 and the worst new releases of 2021, according to me, TeraMichelle. Now, especially when I get to the worst part, I need you guys to hold on to your britches. If you love these fragrances, by all means, continue to wear them. This is just my opinion, okay? Love you guys. Keep that in mind. Now, let's jump right into the video. I am going to start this video off by talking about the worst releases of 2021 because why not? I don't own any of these, so I'll be putting pictures up because, again, they were the worst, so I returned them all. Or if I tested them in the store, I never purchased them. This is not in any particular order per se. Yeah, no, it's not. But I will tell you that this first one I'm going to talk about is absolutely the worst fragrance I've smelled in years. This is right there along with like Tom Ford's Black Orchid, and y'all know I hate that fragrance. This was Libre Eau de Toilette formulation. The eau de parfum and is horrible enough. The Intense is definitely the best out of the three, but again, that lavender is so putrid, and that whole entire DNA makeup is just so screechy and not blended well that I cannot understand how anybody likes it. And again, if you like it, don't take that in. This is me in the way look. I freaking hate all three of them. And the eau de toilette is absolutely by far the worst. The loudest, most screechiest, most just horribly put together concoction of 2021, in my opinion. Let's move on. Next, we're going to talk about two that don't stink, but they are so basic and boring. Like just, they cost too much to be so boring and so overhyped. I'm going to talk about Alien Goddess. Horrible use of a Willow Smith. Her personality deserves so much more than that little run-of-the-mill boring perfume. Sweet, cute. If it costs $25, I'd be on board. But it doesn't, so I'm not. And next, I will be talking about Rihanna's Fenty. Huge letdown, terrible bottle, made out of plastic, overhyped, cost too much, super basic and boring. And when I say basic, that is not to be translated into anyone who wears it as basic. No, I mean it is primitive. It's something that you would have expected from a Bath and Body Works, or maybe even a celebrity fragrance, something where it's to just get the masses to purchase it. It's not really worth what it's being sold for. Not at all. So for me, I wouldn't waste my time with either one of those. Not unless it was a gift, or unless you found a massive like 60% off sale. They just aren't worth it to me. Next, I'm going to talk about another fragrance that was released that is just not blended well. Like whatever notes they're using, whatever ingredients they're using, it didn't come together well. It's like a poor man's version of Eau de Soleil Blanc from Tom Ford. This is from the House of Lancôme, and it is called La Vie est Belle Soleil Cristal, I believe. It's not Cristal Soleil. Soleil Cristal. Horrible. Beautiful bottle. One of the most, I think probably the most beautiful bottle released last year. And just awful. It simply is awful. An awful fragrance. It is just, I wouldn't even wear it if it was gifted to me, to be honest. That or Libre Eau de Toilette. Not me. And then the last but not least, you guys saw my visceral reaction to this fragrance. They tried to ruin the reputation of the Twilly line. The House of Hermes released Twilly de Hermes Eau Ginger. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Putrid, just treacherous. This is the type of thing that you would drop in a bomb form over a city to evacuate it really, really quickly. If you were trying to be the worst neighbor ever, go and spray that through the vents of your neighbor's house to torture them. It is awful. Awful. Yuck. Those are my 5 worst releases of 2021. Somebody gonna be mad at me. First up on my list is a fragrance that I think a lot of people slept on. It comes from the house of Dolce & Gabbana, and this is Dolce Rosé. Such a beautiful, fresh, fruity floral. This smells so good to me. This is perfect for work, perfect for wearing every single day of spring and summer, especially if you're the type of person who loves a signature scent per season. Again, you know I don't recommend that you wear one scent all throughout the year. I think at minimum you should have one fragrance for every season if you live somewhere with different seasons. If you're somewhere that just has the same, all the time, still try to switch it up at least twice a year, like every 6 months, just to give yourself a break and the people around you in case they hate whatever it is you're wearing. Next, we are going to talk about Terra di Gioia, which comes from the house of Giorgio Armani. I didn't really like this at first. It was such a huge jasmine bomb to me that I was like, I'm over the jasmine. But Amy Glam told me to try it again, so I did. She talked about it highly and really, really liked it. And she and I have such similar tastes that I was like, maybe I was off that day. Maybe, maybe it was me. And she was absolutely correct. This is stunning. And we still forgive them for misspelling my name. There should only be one R, but it's okay. It's okay. They tried, I love this fragrance. It's a really beautiful, sexy floral fragrance. The jasmine in this is really sexy, but this is appropriate for work. It doesn't necessarily have to be date night, but it absolutely can be date night. I've worn it on a couple of date nights myself. And it's just, this fragrance is one of those, is whatever you make it. If you want this to be a work fragrance, that's what it is. If you want it to be a date night fragrance, that's what it is. If you want it to be a running errands fragrance, that's what it is. And this is Marc Jacobs Daisy, Oh So Intense. The strawberry note in this, hands down phenomenal. I absolutely, you know what? This man does what he does to perfection. Like I said, if you like pretty for the sake of being pretty, he is the king of it. If you look at his Daisy line or even his Perfect line, maybe Honey, Dot, somewhere in there you're going to find something that you can make your signature scent for a spring or a summer. I truly believe that. I believe that in his warehouse and on his long list of things that he's created, there's something for everyone if you like to smell pretty. So that's not the only one from his house. I also have Perfect Intense. Guys, you saw me when I hauled this. First impressions, I followed up. I absolutely love this fragrance. It is a departure from the Daisy line because it's coming more adult-like, more sophisticated and sexy and sensual than just the easy breezy, flirty, cutesy, pretty for the sake of being pretty Daisy line. So you have to take him seriously. He just wanted to show you that, he could come across and do something, again, that was a little bit more mature, more serious, not in the elegant, old-fashioned, sophisticated type of way, just in the less flirty, more sensual direction. This next fragrance also made my list of my favorite 21 purchases of 2021. This is from the house of Atelier Cologne. This is Lemon Island, the lemon, the Indian jasmine, the Madagascar vanilla, and this fragrance is perfect for spring and summer. Love it. Okay, some of these are just, along with Marc Jacobs Perfect Intense, I have to come and talk about Idol Intense. Again, I hauled all of these. I talked about all of these. I did the first impressions. I did the follow-ups. Also, Voce Viva Intense and My Way Intense. All of these are releases. All of these are absolutely amazing. I think, again, as I've worn this more, I don't feel like you need My Way and My Way Intense at the same time. Once you finish your My Way, move on over to this one for a little something different, but it's not a necessity to have them both. However, if you're like me, go ahead and get them. If the coin is not an issue, go ahead and get them. There's such a huge difference in between the original Perfect and the Perfect Intense that I do think that you could have them both at the same time because the vibe is different. It's just totally different. The vibe is also different in between Voce Viva and Voce Viva Intense as well. However, again, you don't necessarily need them both. Here's the thing. Both of these are very safe fragrances. Pretty for the sake of being pretty fragrances. Great for going to a wedding, or even if you want to wear it on your wedding day. I would say Voce Viva wedding day, this one wedding night, but not necessarily so far different in their vibe that you need them both. If you're someone who's trying not to have a collection as big as mine, someone who is trying to not have a lot of redundancies, these are close enough in their vibe, meaning pretty for the sake of being pretty, that you don't need them both. And then you have Idol Aura. So this one is such a departure from the original Idol and then Idol Intense. Even though there's still rose and jasmine in this one, they are not as potent as the rose and the original, and all three different kinds of rose and three different kinds of jasmine in the Intense. I'm pretty sure, I think it was three of everything in there, and it just comes across so much more pungent, and I like that. The staying power is better, the projection is better. However, when it comes to just being sexier and more feminine and not so abrupt with the floral, especially since there are a lot of people who struggle with rose, Idol Aura is just the salt notes, the vanilla, the musk, along with the rose and the jasmine, just makes it more refined, makes it more sexy and sensual and date night, and just so it's my favorite of all three after playing around with them enough, and just vibing with this fragrance. So I can say after wearing them that I prefer Idol Aura to Voce Viva Intense and to My Way Intense in terms of giving me something different. If you're going to keep making flankers, I do not want them to be identical to any of the other flankers that you've released. What is the point in that? You change one note and send it out, but it's still so similar to the other ones that I don't need to have them both. I also want to mention Victor & Rolf's Ruby Orchid. Even though I purchased it at the very, very end of the year, it still was released in 2021, and I absolutely love it. So it is one of my favorite releases of 2021, one of the best releases to me. Last but not least, we have what could quite possibly be my favorite release of 2021. So if Room 129 from the Taliaferro was created and released in 2021, it has to top this list. But in thinking about it, I didn't look that up. I don't really know if it was released in 2020 or 2021. So if it was released in 2021, she's the queen. If it wasn't, then I'm going to give the winning spot to Musk Noir for her from the House of Narciso Rodriguez. This is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. There is plum, there's musk, there's heliotrope, there's suede. This is a masterpiece fragrance that I still feel like I'm going to end up, I don't think I'm going to take a year to put it in my top 10. It keeps creeping up on me. The reason I really didn't put it in my top 10 was because the projection and longevity could be better. Like if he came out with an intense version of this and kept it smelling exactly the same but amped that joker up, yeah, definitely be top 10 worthy. Absolutely. So again, that's Musk Noir from the House of Narciso Rodriguez. Stunning. There you have it, guys. My favorite releases from 2021 and my least favorite releases from 2021. I hope I didn't offend anybody, especially you Libra lovers, but it is what it is. You know, your girl has her own opinion. That's what you come here to hear. I want you guys to drop in the comment section for me. Tell me what your favorite release of 2021 was and what your least favorite release of 2021 was. I love talking to you guys in the comments. You know that. Please don't forget to click the like button and also subscribe to my channel, join the Terra Squad, and then select the notification bell so that you never miss any of my future uploads. As always, guys, see you in the comments. And until then, bye.